where bread becomes more expensive than a laborer's wages. Two things become cheaper: a woman's honor and a man's pride. The army without the nation and the nation without the army is easy prey for the enemy. The traitor must be killed before the enemy. A spy can defeat an entire army of enemies, and a traitor can humiliate his entire nation with defeat. No one can defeat a nation whose youth is awakened. If you want to destroy any nation without war, make adultery or nudity common in the young generation. If you want to live like a dignified nation, don't forget your traditions. Every member of the nation is king in his place. Do not deprive any person of national dignity. The time will come when the army will also become a group of luxurious soldiers, and its rulers will play into the hands of the enemy. If you want to see the glory of Islam, learn to recognize friend and foe.
I see that the Palestinian territories will always be far from peace. Whether Islam was spread by the force of the sword or not. But I consider the sword necessary for the protection of Islam. The punishment for treason is given to him who cuts the roots of the country and the nation and strengthens the hands of the enemies of religion. Even if the ruler himself is guilty of it, he is a traitor and deserves punishment. The way to defend yourself is, when your enemy takes his sword out of sheath, your sword should chop his neck. If he is to storm you tomorrow, you should storm upon him today. Keep your eyes not on today but on tomorrow, because the eyes of your enemy are on the tomorrow of your religion. You've seen what the kuffar are doing today. If you occupy yourselves with mental extravagance, then all the Islamic nations will be impaired. Do not let your emotions and zest take over you. Do not let your emotions take over your mind. Avoid temptation. Keep yourself in control. Precaution is a must. First organize yourselves, then form a leadership. An oppressive leader in actuality is a weak leader. He attempts to defeat his rivals with tyranny and violence, or by creating greed for wealth. You are the future, we are the past. The enemy, by terminating the coruscant past from your minds, is trying to stuff it with their own blackening ideology and welfare so that the future of Islam is hazy. Recognize your importance. The enemy is trying to suspend you because you are blood-curdling. If you want to live like a dignified nation, then do not forget your traditions. Crusaders on one front are tyrannizing you and on the other are craving you for wealth. A Muslim is inconvincible to luxury. Your wealth is your character and faith. This is a proof of vanquishment of the Crusaders, that they have made their daughters shameless to try to mold you as their slaves. Sons of my nation, secure your character. Keep yourself in control. If people who carry arms are faithful and sincere to their religion, then intrusions from outside and the conspiracies within the state can in no way harm you. Take your eyes further than the borders. There are no borders for an Islamic empire. The day you and this glorious religion of Islam is restricted to borders, that day you should know that you will be imprisoned in your own dungeon. Then your boundaries shall shrink. Take your eyes further than the Roman Sea. Temples cannot cease your way. Do not be afraid of the flares within your condo. They will be extinguished in just one blow. Stay away from only two curses: dashed hopes and mental extravagance. A human first gets dashed hopes, then through mental extravagance takes the easy way out. Remember that no non-Muslim can ever be the friend of any Muslim. The Crusaders are incapable to confront us in battlefields, their tactics have failed, and that is why they are trying to eliminate patriotism and religion from the minds of the emerging Muslim generation. The weapon they are using is jeopardous. It is mental extravagance, sluggishness and pretermission. To generate all three of these dreadful elements in you, Christians and Jews have united. Jews by the means of their women are advocating animal spirit and making you drug addicts. I will not say that animal spirit and addiction will wreck your afterlife and you will make way in hell. What you think is the flavor of paradise, it is the torment of hell. You will be the slaves of crusaders who will roam about humiliating your sisters, the pages of Quran will flutter in your alleys and your masjids will become stables.